Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire. This is episode 341 and we're here live in Southwest Florida. Hopefully the sun's coming up soon over the buildings and the trees to the east because it's a little chillier than I thought it was going to be this morning. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. We've had some really chatty birds here already. The sunrise has been beautiful so far. There's a beautiful glow on the horizon. Beautiful color to the waves. The waves sound amazing. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for joining live. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting this morning or if you have any questions for me. If you're watching the recorded version later today, please also feel welcome to say hello because I reply to all of those comments throughout the day as well. Good morning, Lily and Joe, Judy, Melissa, Adriac. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's going to start the Selena Ruana today. Wonderful. Good morning, Beatrice and Yolanda. Yolanda's crocheting this morning. That's wonderful. Hi, Karen. Good morning. Thanks, everybody, for joining live. Naomi's on vacation, so she's going to crochet all weekend. Good for you. That sounds great. I will be knitting later today. Thanks, Lisa. This is the new Abby knit lace wrap, the newest pattern for Layers Knit. I released this week's patterns last night, so if you've already pre-ordered the Layers Knit and or Layers Crochet ebooks, you received your updates last night with the two new patterns. It is the Abby knit lace wrap and the Sally crochet cardi vest. So if you did not receive them, email me and we'll see what we can do, but you should have received them already. If you are interested in pre-ordering either of those ebooks, you will receive a whole bunch of patterns, including these. And if you just want to download the single patterns, they're available that way as well. And I'll demonstrate some different ways to wear these and a few other pieces today. Jo got her update. Wonderful. Lisa likes the new Sally crochet vest. Wonderful. Thanks, Judy. This is Be So Lush yarn, which is my organic cotton and bamboo yarn. I updated the photos last night on the shopping page so you can see all of the beautiful hand-dyed colors that this is available in right now. This color is called Waters Run Deep. It's a beautiful kind of a teal blue. It's definitely more blue than green, but it has a little bit of green to it as well. Good morning, Jill. Thanks for joining live. This is only a one ball project, which is awesome as well. And it's knit side to side, so you do really long rows, but not many of them. Beautiful graphic stitch pattern. And the beauty of this wrap is this tab closure. So you make a tiny little piece and sew it on a diagonal at a specific spot on the wrap, and when you get the pattern you'll see exactly where to sew it on. And what's awesome is that you immediately have a closure. A rectangular wrap does not always come with its own closure, so it's really awesome to have this. And by making it smaller than the size of the wrap, you get this beautiful draping of the yarn as it goes through and then comes back out. You see that? And you could really play around with that when you're styling it as well. You get a really beautiful drape because it has to cinch through and then come back out. Isn't that beautiful? Gives you a really interesting asymmetrical look as well. Now, because it is a rectangle, obviously you can do all sorts of fun things as a scarf as well. So we could start by folding it in half. Let's see. Yeah, and you could just pull it through, you know, one of those, you know, just doing the keyhole thing, but like we did the other day. I'm going to show you that one. Let's see. So we'll start with folding it in half, putting it to the front, pulling the other sides through, and then we'll elongate this, twist it, and we'll come up through the downside and down through the upside. And we can create a really beautiful knot in this scarf as well. And then because it does have some volume, you can zhuzh this up and really accentuate all those beautiful wraps of the knot. Isn't that pretty? So you could do something like that as well on a day you didn't feel like wearing it as a shawl. I think you could also play around with that tab. Where is the tab now? So let's say Let's find the tab. There's the tab. The tab's over here. So if we wrap it around, we could probably use that tab closure in a cowl formation too. Just got to find it. There it is. Okay, so let's leave that one here. Play around with some of these. We could probably tuck all of these through that tab. And maybe even wrap it around and tuck it through again. Wrap this one around and tuck it through that tab again. You can see you could really play around with that tab. How cute is that? So now we've made a beautiful little scarf cowl by using that tab to wrap it several times. Yeah, the tab feature is amazing, and you know what? It's not just for this scarf. You could make a little tab and join it on any knit rectangle, any crochet rectangle scarf. You could put one on a store-bought scarf. It doesn't matter. You could use this type of a closure on any kind of scarf. Thank you, Jackie. This is colorway Waters Run Deep in Be So Lush yarn, which is my #1 fingering weight organic cotton and bamboo blended yarn. It is hand dyed, comes in lots of beautiful hand dyed colors, and this is a 1-ball project. And you can find all that information on my website. And there's links to my website and all sorts of fun things in the video description here. Take this off and I'll show you the next piece now. Oh, actually, there were questions yesterday about other ways to style the Leah capelet, so I'll throw this on real quick. I think my favorite way is to lace it up and make a capelet out of it. I think it's just so interesting. So I'll show you that real quick. This is one of the other patterns in the Layers crochet capelet. So we'll unlace it now, since there were questions about how to style it. So here's the shape. It's a little more than a half circle. Yes, Jackie, I have a sock yarn. It's called Be So Soulful. So you could tie it and just drape it over your shoulders like that. That'd be great for wearing over a jacket. Be a nice topper over a jacket. You could also grab a shawl pin, and I did grab one today. Okay. So you could grab a shawl pin and you could drape it over like that. Now if it doesn't want to stay, you could pin that with a shawl pin, and that would be really pretty too. Or even try to get it to go stay over the shoulder. That would be pretty. You could also really wrap it up a whole bunch, just like with any drapey fabric. You could wrap and make a cowl out of just about any crochet or knit shawl if it's in a great draping yarn. This is Be So Fine yarn in colorway Sangria. So we can tie that and then, you know, play around with that. There's all sorts of ways you could do that. So you just want to play around with it. My favorite is tying it and making it a capelet, just because I love the way this sits on your shoulders. I'm not going to use this to tie it back up right now because I want to use it for showing you something else. But hopefully that gives you some ideas, and you just want to experiment and play around with it. Maybe you have a pin, or do I have a pin with me? Or a clip? I've got a little one. A clip might help in styling it too, or a shawl pin. So you would either pick up these on Amazon, or you can order one of my hand-carved or handmade shawl pins on my website. Either one of those would work. So the next piece I want to show you, DJ, that's why I wore black today. I thought black would be a good idea for showing all of these. Plus I wanted to wear long sleeves because this one is going to be sleeveless. So this is the Sally Cardi Wrap vest, and I just wanted to show you that it is a rectangle. It's a two-dimensional piece. So as far as making garments, this is an easy garment for making because there is no shaping to it. Now it does come in multiple sizes, so you can make this rectangle for any size. It's made in strips. You may not see it at the moment, but these are long strips this way. So you're making skinny strips and joining them as you go like you would motifs, then making shorter strips in this section so that you create these holes, which are then where you'll put your arms. And then you make long strips again for the top. The pattern does come sized, so you can make it's sized to show you different sizes for the armhole openings for different sized people, and then different lengths of the whole piece for different sized people. So there's multiple sizes, and you can see that when you check out the pattern. And so you throw it over your shoulders and you put your arms through the holes, and you immediately have a gorgeous vest. How beautiful is this? I'll back up. Gotta go back far today. Beautiful, right? Just beautiful. And you could wear this in all sorts of different ways. A shawl, if you wanted to close it, you could use one of our little butterfly clips. You could use 3 of these and make it like buttons down the front. Or you could use a shawl pin, like that. That would be great. You could also belt it if you wanted to. I brought a belt so you could see that. This is Be So Fine yarn in colorway Parisian Bordeaux. I think the belted way would look really pretty over a dress. You could wear this over a slim-fitting, body-conscious dress, or even our fit and flare sundresses that I wear here in the summertime from my Amazon shop. Be cute over that too. And then I'm going to show you another way. Remember how I said I wasn't going to tie the Leah cape with this because I want to borrow the tie, and you would just want to make this in a coordinating color or a matching color for this vest. But if you did, you would immediately have a gorgeous, hi Grace, thanks for joining live. You would immediately have a gorgeous corset tie closure for the vest too. And I'm just eyeballing this because obviously I can't really see really well for keeping this even, but you notice there are really obvious holes along the front edge here. So as long as you're consistent about, did I mess up already? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I didn't stay consistent. Be much easier to do this laying flat on your bed, laying flat on a table. I mean, the garment laying flat, not on you, or on a dress form if you have one. Okay, we'll try to eyeball it here to show you. But isn't that gorgeous? I actually don't even mind it in the contrasting yarn. These colors look pretty together. And I'll back up so you can see. How cute does that look tied, huh? So they'll turn around again. You're fine. It's no problem. So this is the Sally Crochet Cardi Wrap Vest in Layers Crochet ebook, or it's available as a singular download, and it's in Be So Fine yarn in colorway Parisian Bordeaux. Does anybody have any questions so far? Lisa loves the look on the sides. Yes, I like the look on the sides too. I like the angles. It's very pretty. And the drape is just second to none. Nothing drapes like Be So Fine yarn. Hi Pamela, thanks for joining live. Thank you Dee, thank you Sherry, glad you like everything so far. Wonderful. Well, yes. We hear you. Good morning. Can you see them? Let me see if I can get out of the way so you can see them. Very chatty today. Oh, now you're going to be quiet. Okay, whatever. They bring me so much joy. Oh, Vera's already started making the Sally wrap. Wonderful. Hi Sandshell, thank you for joining live. You'll have to check the pattern to see how many yards it takes. It depends on which size you're making too. This pattern comes in multiple sizes, so you'll have to check and see how many yards is required. Yep, Judy answered for me too. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you're enjoying everything so far. This has been fun. Good morning, Kimberly. Does anybody have any questions or want to see anything else? I made the smallest size, Sherry. Thank you, Grace. Hi, Edna. Thanks for joining live. The birds were almost screaming when I first got here this morning. This is a lot quieter than they were. They've been very entertaining. If you're just joining now, I showed some of the newer patterns that were released last night. So we have the Abby knit lace wrap with this really fun tab closure. I showed some different ways to wear the Leah capelet and also some different ways to style the Sally crochet cardi wrap. So if you missed all of that, please feel free to watch the recorded version. And if you have questions later, always feel welcome to leave questions and comments in the recorded version because I reply to all of those throughout the day as well. Good morning, Chantel. Thanks for joining live. Jill's 5'4". Will the sides be too long? You could make less if you wanted to modify it. It's made modularly in strips. So if you wanted it to be shorter, you would make less strips along the bottom. Remember, this is a two-dimensional piece. You're just joining strips. If you want it shorter, you would make less of the long strips along the bottom. So below the armholes is where the bulk of the long strips are. If you wanted it shorter, you would make less of these strips along the bottom. Does that make sense, Jill? I like it long too, but everybody's opinion and of what long is based on their own, well, everyone's definition of what long or short is based on their opinion as well as their size. So this is something that is very simple to modify because it is modular. You are joining strips as you go, so if you wanted it longer or shorter, you could add or subtract the number of strips. Same with the top. If you want it to be more volume up here so that you could fold over a collar, you would add more strips at the top. Either way, you could, if you wanted these sides to be longer or shorter, you could make your strips longer or shorter. But that would also involve, and that's some of that math is done in the sizes, so take a look at I would definitely take a long look at the different sizes shared in the pattern and decide which parts make sense to you. Good morning, Nikki. Thanks for joining live. Does anybody have any other questions about that? I would be happy to explain it further. Yeah, Jill, you'll have to take a tape measure and, size it up to yourself based on the schematic. The schematic is going to be really helpful for answering those types of questions and figuring out what size you need. Pay attention to the width between the armhole openings to see which size makes sense for you and how long the full piece is. If it's too long for you, don't add one of the strips on the bottom. DJ, it is modular. Each strip is joined as you go. You could start from any direction, it doesn't matter. It's not made in one piece like a top down or bottom up or side to side. It's done like motifs, but these are long skinny strips, which is joined as you go like motifs. So it's modular. You can join, you can start at any point, and you can modify at any point. Good morning, Lydia. Hopefully that helps, DJ. I hope I made that make more sense. What colorway is the vest? It is Parisian Bordeaux and Be So Fine yarn. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining live. Good morning, Patricia. Yes, Kimberly, this would be close in shape to the Fantastical, correct. The armhole openings are in the top third, not in the center like the Chantilly lace vest. That is correct. The sun's out and it's finally warming up. Is the Layers book ready for purchase? The ebook is a pre-order and patterns are being released every day or every week. The paperback is not available yet. Not sure which one you are asking about. If you have more questions, please feel welcome to ask me. Hi, Tammy from Las Vegas. Thanks for joining live. It's early for you. Thanks for waking up early. So I wanted to say a couple things about my Create, Share, Inspire notebook today. First of all, the last day I wrote, and it was February 12th, and you can see I have my date up there. And I wanted to point out that the next day I'm writing in it is today, the 15th. And I wanted to point out that I'm going to make a conscious effort to not feel guilty or make myself feel bad because I skipped a couple of days. That is the #1 reason why I left the date section completely blank, because life is different every day and everybody's life is different from somebody else's life. And it didn't work out for me to write in it in the last couple of days, and that's okay. And so if you miss a day or a week or whatever, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that everybody remembers that. I make mistakes too. I get distracted too, and I got distracted from writing in this for a couple of days, and oh well, because you know what? When you fall off the horse, you get right back on. And so now I'm excited to share what I'm grateful for this morning and read these inspirational quotes and get a jump start on my day. So I'll read you the quotes, the next quote. This quote's from Aristotle. This is on the day that I'm going to start writing now. The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons. Okay. So immediately this reminds me of being a tree in the forest. And I think about this a lot because it doesn't really matter what you say or what you do or what you have or what you don't have if you're a tree in the forest, right? If you're just a single tree in the forest and no one knows you exist, it doesn't matter. The important part is sharing, right? So if you have some special virtue and you have something special to give, you're most valuable when you're sharing it with somebody else. I love that. Hi Ginger Mama, thanks for joining live. Sorry I missed a few names while I was reading. If you have any questions, please let me know. So I'll read the quote again. The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other people. So the value comes in sharing. What are you saying? You are human? Yes, I am human. I am a human being. Last I checked. Let's see what the next quote is too. Oh, oh my gosh, this is by Lao Tzu. Great acts are made up of small deeds. That is one of the most powerful quotes of all time in my opinion, because it is the act of just chipping away at your goals every single day that makes something happen. I have done this with books so many times when my life has been so overwhelming and so busy, and I've said, I don't know how in the world I'm going to write this book for any of my dozens of books that I've written. You know what I do? I come up with a list and I chip at it every single day. So you know what? Today I'm just going to do, like I'll give you an example. On one day I'll say, you know what? I'm just going to do all of the inches to centimeter conversions today. Because you realize that involves a calculator and doing the math. Every little step in a pattern is work. There's so much involved in it. And so on a day when I feel overwhelmed, I think, oh my gosh, how am I even going to get all this done? I take one small task and I say, if I just do this, it'll be one more step towards that goal. And you can apply that to anything, right? Whether you're going to start an exercise routine, start eating better, cleaning your house, getting something, or your craft room organized, cleaning out the car. I mean, whatever you're doing, you just need to, like, let's say that, here's, I think, one of the biggest problems we all have when our house gets out of control, for example. It's not so much the act of cleaning, it's the cleaning up of the clutter to be able to clean, right? So if you choose a corner of a room, or choose a room, or give yourself a short period of time, any action you do chips away at that goal, right? Oh, thanks, John. Just talking about being creative and inspiring and talking about crafts mostly. Thanks, Sherry. Good job, Joe. I have a feeling that wasn't going to go. I had a feeling that was going to go sideways. Yeah, working away at things little bits at a time is how you get most big projects done. Was it going sideways, Joe? You know, I don't know. Sometimes I miss the bulk of the comments, and so I see one, and you know, sometimes I think I like the idea of men joining with us, because we do have some regular men that are here, and I really want this to be a place that's comfortable and welcoming to all ages, all ethnicities, and all genders. And so when I see people come in here, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and think that they're just new people. And if I miss a bunch of their comments and I just see one that seems somewhat friendly, I'm always going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So thank you to the moderators for knowing the difference when you've read all of them. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, the waves are beautiful today, aren't they? So subtle, just little baby waves, but nice and decent sound to them, not too quiet, and just beautiful and relaxing. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, it's impossible for me to see all of it and do everything else, so that's why I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you. I think the temperature went up 10 degrees when that sun came out. It was in the 50s, and I think it's probably somewhere in the 60s now. Much nicer. Does anybody have any other questions? I think I got distracted. Who knows what I was doing. Thanks, Melissa. We'll see if anybody has any other questions. Oh, I'm so glad, Pamela. I know a lot of people have made great friendships since the podcast began, and that's wonderful. It is a beautiful day, Tammy. I'm so glad you could join me live. So beautiful. The colors are just gorgeous. The water actually looks a lot like this color, doesn't it? Can I tie the vest like I did the others? Tie it with what, Judy? I showed it belted, I showed it corset tied with this, I showed it pinned with the button, or the butterfly clip, and I showed it cinched with a shawl pin too. Which one? Thanks, Patricia. I love the color too. Oh, the bottom corners? Yeah, I think we could do that with this one. We could tie it around like, so if we take these bottom corners down here, we could try tying it like this. I don't know if that'll work or not. I can't tell in the light if that's cute or not, but you could certainly tie it up like this one. You could definitely do it like this. That's really beautiful. And it pulls up those bottom corners too, so those of you who were questioning how long this was, this actually makes it a lot shorter. So you could tie it up like that. You could also secure these corners with one of the pins that we talked about too. But this is really cute. In fact, you could do it a little lower, and then it's more like a waist cinching too. Yeah, I could wear that all day. I like that a lot. And then because it's a two-dimensional rectangle, we could still do all of our cowl and scarf treatments to this too. So you could, no, this shape doesn't work to cross in the back, Sherry. That's only when the armholes are in the middle. This is armholes in the top third. It doesn't work for this shape. That would be on the Chantilly lace vest. So I wrapped it twice around my neck and tied it. And Kimberly, if you want to see the explanation about how it's made again, just go back and watch the recorded version. I've already gone over that this morning, and we're almost out of time. So here you could also add a shawl pin to secure it on that second wrap, like that. That would be really beautiful. Oh gosh, that is really beautiful. And you could also do one of the butterfly clips. I would go with one of the larger butterfly clips on this though. This is a lot of volume, and I think one of those larger ones I didn't bring with me today. I think I only have the smaller one. Oh, I have another reminder too. I have a date for when this is going to be available in print. And if you go to the link that I shared you for downloading the digital copy of Crochet World, the one that has the big article interview with me in there, when this is available to purchase in print, it will be live on that shopping page. And I'll share that link again later today. Also, it will be for sale in Walmart, in Barnes & Noble, in Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby and AC Moore and all of the stores that you would be normally seeing Crochet World magazine. It will be on the shelves February 26th, and I believe that's the date it will be available for purchase in print copy on that website. It is available as a digital copy online now, Ava. Yes, it is available now. And I've shared the link, but I'll share it again. I'll share it again later today. I'll try to do a blog post later today and share that link again. All right, so see what I was saying? This is too small for this volume, and I think it would get tangled in there. I would definitely go with the larger pin if you're going to use, or a larger clip. I really like the shawl pin on this though. That's a beautiful look. I could wear that all day too. All right, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, our little birdie friends chatting with me and everyone else, and all of the show and tell and styling tips today. If you ever have any questions, please feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. I answer the comments all day long, so come back and re-watch the video if you need to see any of those styling tips again. Leave comments if you have questions for me. I try to be available as much as possible to help. There's also links in the video description to find me everywhere if you want to download the books, or you want to buy the beautiful yarns that I make, or you want to find me on other social media. Please give a thumbs up to this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos. Click that bell button if you want to be notified every time I go live. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today